How y'all doing? Yay. Okay, let me get my green screen here. Hey, make sure y'all go check out my website. So my website is Spiritual Situation. So it's spiritual situation.com. Spiritualsituation.com. That's where you could get my gemstones and all the information I'm gonna be putting up. Greetings. Yes, so I got crystals like this available on my website. So this one is titanium quartz. Titanium quartz cleanses all your chakras, right? So, um, it's actually a clear quartz that has been through a process. So the clear quartz gives clarity. It's an amplifier. It amplifies energy and it brings clarity to you. Yeah, so that's there. And here we got Lemurian seed. Okay, so we got a Lemurian seed. We got lapis lazuli. That's a lapis lazuli as well. Got a green aventurine, white howlite, green agate. But yeah, I got these different options available on the website, some different little gemstones, right? Okay, so make sure you check me out at spiritualsituation.com. But let's get into this here live, okay? Okay, so I got an image up of Jerusalem because I wanted to talk about Jerusalem. Okay. I want to talk about the fall of Jerusalem. Okay. Greetings. So, can we talk about Jerusalem for a moment? So, let me elaborate for a minute. Jerusalem means that I am ruler of my higher self. I am master of my peace. I am creator of my universe. I am creator of my reality. I am creator of my chronological ancestry. That's what the Quran talks about. The Quran speaks about Islam, peace. The Quran speaks about the universe. The Quran symbology is a crescent moon and a star. The universe, correct? So we had learned that when we see the crescent moon and the star, that is a representation of our mother and father, correct? Somebody music is so loud, excuse me. That's somebody music. That's crazy, isn't it? Really? They just gonna interrupt the laugh like that? Okay, as y'all coming in the room, if y'all could please hit the like button. Gratitude. We could at least do that. We can hit the like button. Yes, as we come in the room and as we watching the replay, hit the like button. Okay. Um. Okay. So back to what I was saying. The star and the moon crescent that is that's symbolical for the Quran, Islam, that represents the mother and the father. Because the moon represents the woman having a 28-day cycle. The moon cycle is her menstruation cycle. Her menstruation cycle is also what we call life cycle or circle of life. Because it is this 28-day cycle where this woman is able to conceive And once this woman is able to conceive, she is able to bear a child, which is a star, the star seed. You understand the significance of the star and the moon? The crescents, chronological ancestry. Okay? So this is being able to trace yourself back to the universe, to the stars and the moon, right? Um, the Bible starts out talking about the stars and the moon. Let there be light. There are lights and lesser lights. So we are talking about lights as in consciousness, lights as in um the spectrum. Rainbows have spectrums of lights. So this is how we measure how brilliant somebody is according to how bright they light is, they consciousness, right? So that's intelligence is measured on a spectrum, a rainbow, colors of frequencies, colors of lights, right? Okay, so if somebody is very colorful and very bright, very, what we call it, Brazilian, we would say that this person that is very bright, we would call them a genius, right? When we say people are very bright, we say that they are geniuses, right? We say they are colorful expression, they're creative, right? So that is a vibrant color that is coming from them. So this person is able to access what we call the heavens. This person is able to access other realms of reality through that colorful consciousness, right? Okay, so if you ever seen Star Bright or Care Bears, you would see that these entities would travel to and from in the earth through a rainbow. So they was traveling through the speed of light. They were traveling through consciousness, conscious rays of existence, because these stars radiate conscious lights out, right? Stars radiate lights out. Stars radiate colors out. Stars radiate frequencies out. So these frequencies and colors of light that are gleaming out of these spectrums, this is when we lived in our higher state, what we call heaven, what the cartoons would call living in the clouds, like how the Care Bears lived in the clouds. And the Care Bears would cast these rainbows and come down and help humanity. Even Star Bright would cast a rainbow and come down and help out humanity. So this is being able to pull the consciousness out of the ethers, out the etheric realm, being able to gain access to that light that is in the etheric realm. If you notice here on the top of the dome of Jerusalem, see, in Jerusalem, you think of buildings with domes on them, right? Because this is how you can see clearly this is a picture of Jerusalem. So they had buildings with domes on top of them. And on top of this building that has this dome on top, the dome is created from copper. Copper copper conducts electricity, right? Copper um holds electricity. Copper helps electricity flow. People that have put copper in their gardens have had better harvest than people who haven't had copper in their garden. People that wear copper and drink out of copper mugs and use copper dishes have better health benefits than those that don't. So copper is very healthy and beneficial for us. Copper also has iron in it. As melanated people, we are the number one people who suffer from iron deficiencies, correct? This is why our grandparents used cast iron skillets. Everything that they use, everything grandma made, big mama made, she used the cast iron skillets. They would even use the cast iron pots to boil their water in. They had copper pots. Think about it. When you go back and think about the things your grandmother or great grandmother used to cook, they were cooking out of copper and iron dishes. Why? Because the iron had the minerals, the copper had the minerals. They were able to heal the family from mineral deficiencies. They were able to heal the family from different ailments that was linked to lack of iron or lack of vitamin D, right? So, um, greetings. Got the window open, letting all those flies in. So, I've never seen that before. So, we okay, so this dome, I'm talking about this dome that is on top of this building. And this dome also has a antenna coming out of the dome. So that antenna, which actually is meeting with the ethers, is pulling the ether down into the building. So this is an energy free building that is controlled by ether, and it's being pulled down. The ether is being pulled down through the antenna. It has mercury at the top of that antenna there. That ball up there at the top of that antenna on the top of the dome, that's mercury, and it's actually pulling down the ether. So that's what make it an energy free building, because you got to think we were alchemists. I know some people can't wrap their head around the fact that the Ethiopians built Jerusalem. The Ethiopians, the Ethiopians as the ones with the ether, the etheric beings. This is how I learned that we was the ones with the ether. So the ones that came from the ethers are the ones that build these buildings that were connected to the ethers. Because these people had an etheric connection. So I understand that they built these cities, these holy cities, and they built a circle around them because these people understood sacred geometry. These people understood that a circle is sacred. A circle cannot be broken from the outside, it has to be broken from within. They understood magic, they were magicians. The ancient Egyptians were magicians. They were alchemists. They were high priests and high priestess, which is what made them the holy people of Jerusalem. Because Jerusalem was filled with high priests and high priestess, the holy people, the Israelites. Because some people can't fathom how is the people that built these buildings the Israelites. Because these are the people that came from the ethers. These are the cosmic beings. These are the people that get the downloads. These are the people that are connected to the sun. Whether you want to call them etheric beings, whether you want to call them melanated beings, whether you want to call them sun people, whether you want to call them Zulu people. You know, because when I go study the different cultures, I find out that all these different cultures worship the sun. The Aztecs worshiped the sun. The Mayans worshiped the sun. The Incas worshiped the sun. These were sun people, sun beings that had covenants with the sun. These people had covenants because they understood the relationship between the moon and the stars. Because the last time I checked, the sun is a star. So these etheric beings, these etheric people that came here to experience life in human form, came through portals in the sun, according to the book of Enoch. And when they came out through these different portals in the sun, they were assigned what is called a solar birthday. That's why you have a sun sign, because that's the portal that you came through. When you enter into this reality, you entered through that portal. And you entered through that portal because you were to learn about things from that angle, from that perspective. You were to gather and do analysis from a thing about things from that perspective. And the stars was mapped out the night that you was born, the night that you arrived, the night that you came back, that your soul went through its transmigration, and your soul journeyed to come back here on a mission. And the Magi, which are the wise women and wise men, calculated the stars in the sky, created a birth chart. They knew what to name you. They knew what to call you, because they said, unto us a child will be born. And they called you the Christ because you were the consciousness, because you were the light. And they foreseen you coming through the stars. They foreseen you coming through the ethers. See, they was connected to the ethers. They had the antennas all over the buildings. Why? Because these were etheric people who was able to get these telepathic etheric messages. And they was able to convey what you were coming here for. It was written in the stars what you was going to do. It was prophecy. And it had to be fulfilled. So that is what they gave you your name according to what they judged when they looked in the sky. See, that was your magic. They call it astrology or astronomy, however deep you want to take it. But see, these people knew that this was your magic. And these people said, we have to separate them from their magic. We have to give them religion so we can control them. We have to control what they think. We have to control what they see. We have to control what they do. Because if we don't control them, then they will live in this state of mind called Jerusalem. And if they live in this state of mind called Jerusalem, this will be peace. They will have forest wheels. They will have a sacred circle built around it. They will understand sacred geometry. They will have a covenant with the sun. They will understand their connection to the ethers. We got to separate them from all that. We got to get their ass off that land. We got to get his ass away from her ass. We have to break up the family dynamics. We cannot have them being a family. We cannot have them being a unit. We have to divide them. Get that Willie Lynch letter in here quickly. Download that. Download that implement so it can program their DNA or DEA for over 400 years. Program them. Brainwash them. Whitewash them. Get them delusional. Get them confused. Get them divided. Get them arguing amongst each other. We cannot have them coming on one accord. We cannot have them living in the city of Jerusalem. We cannot have them knowing that they are those people. We cannot have them realizing that. Do whatever you have to do to corrupt their minds. We cannot have them living in the city of peace. We cannot have them being the creators of the city of peace. We cannot let them know that the city of peace exists. We cannot let them know that energy free buildings exist. We cannot let them know that they are the builders of energy free buildings. So it's embedded and it's scripted inside their DEA. So if they did it then, they could do it again. See, we can't let them know who they are. But yet we could go read Sambo. Sambo talk about the Asiatic man. So you telling me we the Asiatic man? Yes, that's what I'm telling you. Asia means one body of land. See, when your colonizer educated you, your colonizer taught you Asia was where your colonizer wanted you to know Asia was at. But see, if you go actually look up the etymology of the word Asia, it means one body of land. So you doing studies on your own initiative. Wasn't the one body of land called Pangea? That is in the whole movie, the whole cartoon of Ice Age. It tell you it was one land. It tell you in the Ice Age it was a great divide. A great divide? Yes, a great divide. Not a little division, a great division. So what is a great division? When they greatly divided everybody's minds, made everybody think that they were apart from their tribe. That is what segregation means. Go look up segregation. It tell you to remove you from the part of your tribe. So they segregated your mind. See, don't you know if you want to attack somebody, you attack the mind because the body will follow. See? See, they studied us. They show you that and say goodbye to Uncle Sam. They show you that in Shaka Zulu. They sat at your feet and wrote notes and studied your behavior, studied your nature, studied what affects you, what doesn't affect you. Study every intricate thing about you. I mean, because if you would like to enslave somebody, why not get to know everything about them? See, the first thing is like training a dog. You gotta think about this because they told you in the Willie Lynch letter is go get a horse and compare the horse to the human. So I'm just gonna get a dog because I know about training a dog. But training a dog, you gotta get the dog when it's young. Why? So you could bring it up in a way that it shall go so it shall not stray from it. Ain't that your shit? Yes, that's your shit. It's being used against you, right? Because you want to throw your Bible away because you know that religion is BS, but you want to throw your spell book away. See, you forgot that you're a magician. You forgot that the word is God. You forgot that you are the commander of the word. So never ever should you throw away any book that has words in it. Why? Because the word is God. You understand the power of the word? Okay, now you got that the word is God. Don't discriminate on where the word come from. Stay woke. It's a word. Be aware of it. Be familiar with it. Know it. Because words that you don't know will hurt you. Words that's formed against you that you lack knowledge of can become a problem in your life, in your reality. Why? Because my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So don't be that person that lack knowledge of that word. This ain't about going to church. It's about being familiar and unfamiliar with the word. Because even the Bible say, don't just be a reader of the Bible, be a doer of the Bible. The Bible even telling you, I don't give a shit if you go to church every Sunday. You better do what this say. If it say love your neighbor, then damn it, you best to get the love of your neighbor. If it say what go around come around, that's what they mean. That's the laws of the universe. You reap what you sow. The same trap you built for me is the same trap you gonna fall into. Why? Because that's the laws of the universe. You cannot hurt somebody else. And your man, you think you hurting them. You ain't doing nothing but hurting yourself. Why? Because that's the laws of the universe. Once you understand the laws of the universe, then nobody can outsmart you with ignorance. Because people think they can outsmart you with ignorance. They really do, because that's what ignorance will have you thinking. Ignorance really had you thinking that you could outsmart somebody that's intelligence. It really, ignorance just really had you delusional like that. A lot of people that suffer from ignorance are delusional. A lot of people that suffer from ignorance do got amnesia. You know, they don't remember who they are. They don't remember what they working with. That's why they go into that state of confusion, ignorance. But yes, so I just wanted to come on here and talk to you about Jerusalem, which is your higher state of mind, which is your peace, which is you building up your highest self. And when you go dwell in the lowest regions of self, that is what we call Babylon. Babylon is a state of confusion. Babylon is a state of despair. Babylon is a state of limbo. Babylon is a state of uncertainty. Babylon is a state of lacking. Babylon is poverty. Babylon is being controlled. So, what I am telling you is you do not want to dwell in your lowest self. You want to be able to access your higher self. And the only way to access your higher self is through knowledge, through wisdom, through patience. Patience is a virtue. Patience has to be earned. Only somebody that's full of wisdom will be patient. Yeah, so just wanted to throw that out there for the people. So I will talk to y'all beautiful souls real soon. Keep living in your higher state of Jerusalem because you the creator of Jerusalem. Jerusalem exists within you. It's an internal place that you dwell in. This is why that's why no matter how many pictures you see of Jerusalem, they always come and destroy it. Why? Because it's within you. You the creator of Jerusalem. You have to build Jerusalem. You have to build the circle around Jerusalem and protect it. You have to be the guardian of the holy city, the protector of the holy city, because you're the only one that could protect the holy city by knowing where it's at, because it's in you. And that's where we all can live as one. But it has to be a place that's built within your highest state. So I will talk to you beautiful people real soon. Peace.